Dads, Lads and Kebabs. Sponsored by Ghostalware. And now, it's Dads, Lads and Kebabs.
Boom! Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of Dads, Lads and Kebabs. Do you like it? I've been messing with it. I've just been like twizzling it around. That quite suit it, I think.
Niall, what are you twizzling around? For our podcast listeners, they have no idea what you're twizzling.
My tash. Me tash.
Your tash. How comes your tash is going brown and mine just looks like salt and pepper?
Don't know, look at it down there.
But
Don't get too close, you'll see the imperfections.
I've got 14 years on you, 13 years. So
I know, but I've always wanted one of these.
it gets better every week, I must admit. It does look pretty cool.
It does.
You know,
It looks
Poirot
pretty suave.
tash. You'll be in some crime program soon on a train going through Eastern Europe.
Oh, I'd love that. I'd be a right nosy bastard. I'd love that. Anyway, I've got so much going on around me at the moment. Wait, just before we get started. One second,
Okay.
guys.
Oh, it makes me want to have a wee.
Oh, look at that ASMR.
Uh,
Oh, look at that. Just coffee for one. It's coffee hour. Look. Coffee hour. Oh, Pepsi Max Mango, you dirty bastard.
oh, yes.
Oh, look at that. Just,
It's very nice.
do you know what I hate? Sorry, just got to get excited when people do this. Oh, I hate it.
Ding, ding.
People
Why?
just bang.
Does that affect your ears?
Yeah, why'd you just bang on the side of a cup like a fucking weirdo? Oh, a little coffee for one. I thought, why not? Why not on this lovely
It makes me want a coffee.
drizzly? Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. I thought nice drizzly Tuesday evening. I thought just a coffee. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, I'm not eating a lot at the moment, so it's all all the things that I can have. I think a nice black coffee. I think.
Oh, a black coffee.
Yeah, no milk. No milk.
Oh, he's
And
going hardcore now.
it's past. What is it? What's it come up to? Yeah, so it's past the time now that my cut-off point for eating is like within about 40 minutes. So I might grab a couple of Snacker Jacks after this, but that's it.
Oh, calm down. Calm down, my friend.
I'm taking it honestly. This path, it's fucking
Yeah, are you hanging on my coattails there?
Mm.
With the old food.
What a lovely saying, chap. You hanging on my coattails. What a lovely saying.
All you need now is a top hat.
It's quite remarkable, really. What a lovely saying. No, I'm just taking it as serious as I can for us, possibly. As long, I mean, that's not a top hat. That's just Michael Jackson Thriller.
It's a trilby.
It's a trilby.
Trilby.
Not a
Trilby, mate.
No,
It is. It is the trilby hat that I used to wear on a certain ghost hunting show.
We'll get to that shortly. For all
Yeah.
the people waiting. Yeah. So how's your week been? Good.
My week's been fine. Yeah, still on keto. Definitely 100% in the mindset.
I am now.
I've lost over 3 inches so far on my belly in just under 2 weeks. Nearly a
Run, you can have
stone
it
lost.
transferred to somewhere else.
Yes, I'd pull it on my toes. I'd love to have big toes.
Oh, you know what I was going to say about big toes?
Yeah, you have to wear big shoes.
Big socks. But yeah, honestly, what a lovely week. It's a bit drizzly. But I'm feeling really. I've got energy, and I don't know what's happening. I don't know if I'm tapping into my reserve tanks, the big reserve tank, I must say. But I'm finding the less shit I eat, the better I feel, because I'm watching what I'm eating, which is for me, it's like, I'm looking at it going, do I really need that? You know, what's in it? No, and it's little things. It's the little things that make the biggest difference, I will say.
Definitely so. I find I'm drinking more coffee now than I have been. I think to Take away
Compensate.
some. Yeah, I've still not ordered those little cinnamon things. I keep meaning to, but
Ooh,
that's what
cinnamon
that's why I got
sticks.
these mango Pepsi Max, no sugar, no carbs, and I have one of them a day. Um, so it helps. It helps with myself. If I start to feel a little bit hungry, I have one of these. I know I'm restricting myself, but today I've only had two bratwurst sausages this morning about 9 o'clock, and just now I've eaten two bits of chicken with some broccoli, and I'm not really hungry at all.
Mm.
And I'm pooing once a day at the most.
Me too.
Instead of
Once.
6 a day, instead of six, I've gone down to one. So I am. My bum is happy.
People love this show. They're talking about our little
Well, I'm sorry
shitting
that
exercises. It's real.
it,
It's all real.
it
We
is.
don't dress it up
It's
for you. All
no,
right.
no, can't be bothered.
This is no. We haven't got enough time in the world to dress it up and talk about how we've been on photo shoots and we've got promos for all sorts of stuff, which we don't. We
No,
don't.
we don't. No, no,
No, we
no. No.
don't. Although I
I have
will
been.
say,
I have been to space this week though. Not really. I went to the space center with my son for his 18th birthday.
you said, how was it?
Yeah, it was good. I have been converted. Before I was 1,000,000%. We
Does
did
that
not
happen at the
land
Space
on the
Center? Does
moon.
it?
It does, yeah. I'm now a rabbi. It's I've been converted from the conspiracy theory of we did not land on the moon in 1969 to yes we did. I have been convinced. And do you know what convinced me? They had these big wall chart placard things with all Apollo missions on what happened, who went, blah blah blah. Was it successful? And I was reading number 16, and it turns out one of the astronauts played golf on the moon. He hit two golf balls with a makeshift 9 iron that he made out of a bit of metal that off the ship or whatever. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe then if that's what convinced me. I think that's so random
Do you mean the
that
little details?
the little details. Yeah, oh look at this, we were on the moon. Fuck off, are you?
Yeah, but
But
then surely you'd make up the little details to make it sound more convincing.
no, I'm
Just
convinced now.
like an
I'm
alibi.
convinced now.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've got no reason not to convince. I never even thought about it, to be honest. I don't know why. You know, oh,
For years, I've been no, we didn't. I love conspiracy theories, as we know, and
I
there was
I'm a
too
sucker
many
for a
of them. There was too many things that the lighting's wrong, the flag's waving, the astronaut prints on the moon that they took photos of are different to Neil Armstrong's boots, which they have in a museum at NASA. And there's so many things that were like not lining up. I'm thinking that's bullshit. And plus, the film Capricorn One was a fake moon landing film.
I
So
preferred Armageddon. Was
okay.
probably my favorite. Armageddon was my favorite space film. I think. Just saying. Or Space Cowboys. Clint Eastwood. It's a
Oh
fucking banger.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I remember that. I watched that once. Yeah. With Tommy Lee Jones as well and some other people.
banger of a
Yeah.
film.
I
Banger
couldn't.
of a
I
film.
totally forgot that film even existed, but I'm sure it was good.
It
Apollo
was.
13 with
It was a good.
Tom Hanks.
I'm a sucker for conspiracy though. I love a conspiracy. Do you know my new one at the moment is that I don't believe it, but the more and more I see stuff about it, I'm like, makes sense. Is
Yeah.
this whole thing that's going on in the UK or across the globe, where basically they're doing this? Have you heard of 15-minute cities?
No.
It's down to climate change, basically. Have a look
Okay.
at it. 15-minute cities, it's called, and basically, like within your town, there'll be like four different boundaries, for example, right? So there'll be like north, east, south, and west. And basically, if you live in north, then you are basically you can get anywhere within that north category within 15 minutes via public transport or walking.
Okay.
Now, if you drive, you're not allowed to. Basically, you're only allowed to go into say A, B, and C like 100 times a year, for example. Otherwise, you'll get fined for driving in that zone. You're allowed to go out of the city and go round and
Uh,
come back in, but you can't drive across boundaries. And it is happening. They're putting up, especially in Oxford. They believe in Oxford at the moment. It's a whole thing about basically they don't want people driving. But I thought Oxford was always like that about driving in the city anyway. They had the park and ride shit and all
Oxford and Cambridge are very much cyclists
that.
um,
Cycle zones.
preferred. Yeah, definitely.
And I think it's more to do with climate change more than anything. But people are basically the conspiracy about it all is that basically they're trying to make it like a. Would it be a podcast without it? Would it just let me finish? Let's just let it ride. All hail the cuckoo clock. You can buy these cuckoo clocks, by the way. We don't sell them on our website, but if you want one, we'll endorse it. Um, yeah. So basically, it's all about obviously climate change and basically how much air pollution people are causing with vehicles. However, people think it's more of a lockdown situation, a controlled situation that you have to live in your zone and sort of, if you over go out of your zone, you're going to be fined. But
Well, I can see that because if I want to visit another part of where I live, then I should be able to do that without being fined or worried about what will happen to me.
it's not
You
that as
know,
well. They're putting like these big plant pots slash couple of bollards in streets now to stop you crossing that area. You have to go all the way out and round, and it's happening because people are starting to take the bollards down and things like that. But it's not very. I've only recent. This is very recent that I've been seeing this and like delving into it. But I'm like, I don't believe it's a conspiracy. I just believe it's more of a pollution thing.
where did you
That-
see this? Is it just England or did you say other
No, it's
countries?
it's it's happening. It's happening in a few countries. Have a look. Do your research. Anybody else has got any thoughts on it, or you know a little bit more than I do because I'm rubbish at explaining myself. Talk to us. More than happy. Anyway,
15
that's what I mean.
minute cities. Right.
15-minute cities. It's called. Yeah, have a look.
Ah,
Yeah.
interesting.
I also look. Could have had a bit of better filming tonight. Everyone knows that we have a very low budget when it comes to equipment. We don't have a very big purse strings,
And
but
my light is a YouTube screen on my telly. I've gone for yellow mist, I think it's called.
my light is the first light I ever bought for the podcast, and I've switched out about 4 or 5 times now, and I've always gone back to this one, and it cost me 15 quid. But
Yeah.
I've just had a delivery. I've just had my new phone.
Oh, sexy. What is it now?
It is an iPhone 3G S.
That's not twat.
It's an, it's just your general bog standard iPhone 14.
Okay.
Thanks, I'll mess with that later. But basically, I was due an upgrade. Long story short, short story long. I was due an upgrade, but it's not due for a little while. My phone, my battery health's getting a bit low, so I kind of like kept them on the phone for about half an hour, and they upgraded me
Yeah.
early for free. So I got my new phone today. Quite happy with it. I'll mess with that later.
That's nice. Leading on to iPhones, I saw some lady, I think, she bought an iPhone 3G, the original first one. She kept it sealed somewhere in a house or someone's house. And she recently sold it for $64,000. So
Why though? Why would you want to buy it for that amount of money? You can't do anything with it. Nothing.
it would be someone like Bill Gates or someone like that, I suppose. Someone who's got the money just to say, look what I've got. And it's still sealed up. So
I mean, CEX sell them for like 20 quid. So, do you know? I hate CEX. The sweaty bastards in CEX, man.
they all look the
Why?
same, don't they? They
Yeah.
all,
Why
all got
is it
long hair. They don't wash, and they all
they all drink
they all listen to grungy music
grunge music
that
were around for about 10 minutes?
that you probably listen to, like rock,
I was
metal stuff.
yeah. See, I was into metal. Don't get me wrong, but then my variation of music is
Yeah.
massive. People would look at my music taste and go, "Yeah, this guy's got some serious mental issues," because he goes from metal to reggae to classical to anything.
So why don't
Like,
you like CX people then, or the shop?
they're just sweaty bastards, man. Like all stood there with a can of Monster in their hand. Just honestly, all the memes about people that work at CX is so fucking true.
I've not seen any memes, to be fair.
Oh,
But if you
I'll
see,
tag you in some after this.
all right, have you seen their adverts though? It's called Sext. They call it sex on the advert. Bring your unwanted gifts down to sex, and we'll buy them.
CEX, man. Oh my god.
It's a
CEX.
C, not an S.
Yeah, dickheads. Anyway, thanks for all joining us on this show. We'll see you later. I'm only kidding. What should we talk about today? What should we talk about?
I have some unfortunate news to talk about, which is not being covered by the English media. I don't know if Niall will be happy, but have you seen the fact that half of France is on fire at the moment, and Belgium, and now Holland?
A lot of rioting, isn't there?
Yeah, it's all like the immigrants coming up from Africa, and they
is
reckon.
Is it immigrants though, or is it?
Yeah, it all started in France. I think it's a possible Algerian lad, 17-year-old, was shot and killed by the police, I believe.
Right.
And there's just been riots since then for like the last week, and I keep seeing them online, and it's depressing me now. It's like, oh my god, the government are letting it happen. The police are being overrun, and they're saying that they have to bring in martial law if the government don't do something. And I've seen today that all the ultras are coming out to help the police now.
Ultras,
and you know what ultras are. You know, like in football, you have like in like Italy and Russia, and you have the ultras, basically the hard bastards that run the crowd sort of thing.
Let's call them militia. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, probably something like that. Well, anyway, they are coming out in Marseille, I believe, and they're on the streets now, and they're going to go help the police get rid of the rioters and all this bad stuff that's happening. Because I keep seeing things that they're coming for the UK, and I'm like, wow, I've just seen all their cities are on fire, and it's like, wow, it's scary. You know.
I mean, I'm not being funny. Look at the place where we live. Like, let the motherfucker burn, man. It seems like I don't know, trouble just seems rife at the moment. Let's broaden that picture of everything, of riots and everything, right?
Yeah.
Trouble as a whole just seems a bit like something's brewing.
It does seem that way.
Yeah.
And I'm quite happy walking along, going up to Tesco, get a coffee. nice greenery, sunny day.
Just wait for it all to blow over. The thing is, it never will. It never will, because half of the people that are trying to make this world a shit place are not taking a day off.
No, they're to be fair to them, they're constant. And they're just on it.
I like writing and all that sort of stuff. I never really understood it. Like, what are you trying to prove? Anybody that does it, or protest, or anything like that, is that I don't understand it, because, I mean, is it that I don't feel passionate enough to be a part of something like that, or
it's not a subject that you feel passionate in? Yeah, I believe.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is it?
So yeah.
You know, it's kind of like, like when a country gets a new president, certain, like, especially third world countries, when they get new presidents and stuff, and they're just not happy with it, and
yeah,
they riot over that, like Gaddafi and all that sort of stuff years ago, and I don't know. I don't really I mean, I can't put something. I can't say anything really about it, because I don't really understand it. I mean, if someone's passions are that big, then fucking, like looting. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're upset with the government, so you'll smash a shop window and steal a pair of trainers, that sort of shit. It's like, really? You're just doing it?
Do you remember the London riots?
Yeah,
Gotta be 10 years ago.
2012, 2011, 2012. Yeah.
Yeah, when the police shot that black lad, or black man, wasn't it? And then the whole of London was rioting for like a week, and they were just smashing up shops.
Yeah, but that happened further afield though. That happened in Northampton. They smashed up the JD, yeah, and all that stuff.
I heard that they were coming down, and I was in town at that point. I thought, fuck that, I'm gone.
But that's the thing, when you say they're coming down, it's like, oh, who is?
No one came on that occasion. So.
No, but the thing is, it's just kind of like everybody jumps on the bandwagon. You see, especially like when they're going for shops like JD. It's kind of like,
Why is it never Poundland? Poundland's got some good stuff.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like Curry's window. It's like, do you know when people you see people stealing phones from the Apple store? and they're just ripping them off the thing. I'm like,
Oh, and all the staff are watching.
and I'm yeah, which is fair play. Like they're
Yeah,
just,
because I wouldn't get battered
like,
for that. You know.
but in what right mind do you think these phones are going to work or be worth anything?
I know, because they've got a big metal thing stuck to the back of it and a big fucking wire coming out of it.
And I'm not being funny. Those phones can literally just be disabled as quick as they're stolen.
Yeah, they're like dummy phones, aren't they?
So
It's
it's like it's just fucking madness. Like I never understand it. Like, but then maybe because I don't really have a political agenda in anything really. I like politics, but I don't really have a standing for it. I don't. I don't vote.
I've signed a few petitions to get rid of Sadiq Khan, but because he's just trying to ruin London with his no anyone can carry a knife policies, it seems to be, and all this thing with the is it congestion charge, isn't it? He's trying to make the whole of London a pay zone, so that basically no one enters London via car, which is ridiculous. So I signed a few of them petitions.
If you look up the amount of cars that are in London, like
I don't know why they bother. To be fair,
it's literally it's gridlocked.
it is all the time.
It's absolutely gridlocked of cars, Ubers. Like they were going to get rid of Uber, that never really went through.
No, they suspended them for like a month, didn't they? Maybe less.
Well, Uber was supposed to be literally gone overnight, sort of thing.
Yeah, because they lost their license, didn't they? They didn't get their license renewed. That didn't work, did it?
And I'm not being funny. I'd rather step in an Uber knowing who the driver was before I even got there, knowing that he's, your app knows where you are, so it knows where you're going, it tracks it tracks the payment, than jumping in with a cabbie that you don't know. I don't know. Like, I've never been a fan of a black rat, to be honest.
A black rat? Is that a black cab?
Black cab, yeah. Nickname for a cab. They call it the black rat.
Talking about gridlocked, I remember watching an episode of Top Gear. You know they used to do specials, didn't they? Oh, Jeremy Clarkson and Hammond and James May. Well, they did one where one of them I think the Stig went on the tube, Richard Hammond was on the bike, Jeremy Clarkson was in a boat, and James May was in a Mercedes car, and they all started off the same point, and they had to get across London, and oh my god! Excuse me, my screen has an advert. Don't copyright this music. What the hell? I don't want to get an advert on this.
Asana helps you keep track of all project details.
Asana. I don't care about Asana. You can pay us extra. Fucking hell. There we go. We're back. Yeah, and Richard Hammond won on the bike.
Bike won.
Yeah, because he could just keep going. He had to cycle about 20 miles though. But
people
he was knackered.
Die in London cycling though. Cycle deaths in London are literally daily. Yeah, cyclist deaths are massive in London. They're daily. And being hit by a car, being hit by a bus. Stop laughing. That's not fucking funny. You motherfucker. Anyway, let's move on. 'Cause I feel like we're getting into a bit of a
off screen
negative chat. Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh. What's your favourite coffee?
My favourite coffee.
Yeah, Niall's favourite coffee. Espresso. Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Do you like the? Is it a strong one? Do you like, or do you like mild coffee or creamy coffee?
Like espresso is because it's like double espresso, strong. I have a cortado if I'm having a little bit of milk.
Yeah.
And then just up to flat white. I've stopped the flavourings now until winter. I might have a cinnamon latte in winter, but that's it.
The syrups.
That's what I'm foreseeing this diet long term. I'm not looking at it as a diet. I'm looking at it as a complete shift.
It's a lifestyle change.
And that's what I want it to be. I don't want it to just be a short thing that I just, it'll fizzle out and then I'll buy a pizza one night and then I'll be back in it. Like, no, this is like a big things are happening shit.
Yeah. Have you been gym or not?
Yes, I have been to the gym. I went Monday, yesterday. But I've also started playing squash.
That's fucking tiring.
Oh,
I used to play squash. It's a bad boy, that is.
Like start
Yeah,
playing squash.
so tiring.
So I've played a few times now with my brother-in-law. He's quite good. And turns out it's not that hard to pick up. It isn't.
It's not. No, hit it over the line,
Like
you're golden, and then
like
run.
but I've never done a workout where at the end of it I'm actually dripping with sweat and I'm like, oh my God. Unless I'm on a treadmill for like an hour and a half, which sometimes I do, like I don't come off dripping. Like that, I did that for 40 minutes. 40 minutes. Honestly, you could have wrung me out.
Wow.
It was good though. It's good fun as well. It's good. It's
And
like
that's what I mean.
really.
And if you're doing like a sport, it seems to be that you can exercise more and longer, rather than like you
Mm,
say, if you're just on a treadmill, you're fucking bored, or
mhm.
you're on a cross trainer and you're dead. But if you're doing a sport and you actually enjoy it, you can burn so much more calories, and it'll
I
be
think that's what
beneficial
I'm,
for you.
I'm doing as well. Is I'm looking at what's going in, but also what I'm burning. But I'm not
Mm.
worried. I'm not stressing myself.
No.
Like I'm not getting cross at myself because I feel like my morning coffee I want a little bit of milk in it because the first coffee I can't go straight black on it. You gotta lube me up first.
You are weird. Can I just say that about coffee? What what's
Oh,
what's wrong with milk?
no, there's nothing wrong with it. Like I just
Oh,
my first one I have milk with it, like because it's a little bit softer, creamier. Like in the morning when I wake up, I'm literally like a full one of these before I have my coffee. So I have that first thing. I have an espresso about 8:30. Come drop my daughter to school. Come back. Make a big coffee, take it out to the office, do some work.
office.
Oh,
Yeah,
I have an office. I'm
I
not.
know you
I'm not.
do.
I listen. I'm not going to play it down, right? It's not. It's not a thing.
I've seen
Oh,
it.
oh, oh. But I've been getting
Ah,
creative with my food, like my
have you?
sauces and what I can have, and herbs, because herbs are nothing. So you add more flavour to something. Like
Mm.
for lunch, I'll have like a tin of tuna. I'll be like,
Seasoning.
right, yeah. I'll be like, look, this is my lunch. I've got a tin of tuna, and I've got some onions and I've got some tomatoes, and I just get creative with it, add some stuff, and I'm like, oh, it's nice.
That's good.
It's
Yeah, you
nice.
don't need sauces if you can spice it up a bit. I think
Mm.
just to change it up, get your taste buds thinking, "Oh, what's that?" You're like,
Ooh, ooh. That's
yeah,
what I want as well. Is I want to be like, actually, do you know what? I enjoyed that because 9 times out of 10, I don't enjoy the shit food that I eat. Do you know, just because you're eating because you can eat. Like I don't enjoy a fucking sandwich, or I don't. I, they're not foods I
why?
enjoy.
What's wrong with a sandwich?
It's a filler. It's all it is. It's just a filler of you know. I want it to
Let's
be like, oh, that was nice.
stop you. Oh, stop you right there. Yeah,
Mm.
put your brake on a minute. Tiger bread, freshly made tiger bread. Oh, from the bakery.
Don't
Thick
turn me on.
thick butter. Cumberland sausage slices that you can buy now in Tesco. Game changer. Uh, Cathedral City cheese.
Cathedrals with it.
Yeah, thick bits. Mayo, a few herbs.
I
Ah,
love that.
that's it's fucking dripping, mate. That will make your dick hard.
I mean,
So,
there's a lot of things that do, but Cathedral Cities is one of them. I love
oh
it.
no, come on. That's a
Do you buy?
sandwich.
I like this. Is
Bit
sound this sounds
stuffing.
so snobby, but like
Right, come on.
condiments and stuff. Like
Yeah.
that's what I spend money on. Like my wife does
It's
too.
because they're
Like
expensive.
but
You seen
like
all them garlic mayos and all that? They're well dear.
we, yeah, we buy all different stuff. But I spend money like we get
JD
jam.
barbecue. Oh,
We get jam from jam tea bags and morning coffee
oh, I wouldn't want that sandwich.
from Fortnum and Mason. Oh, we love it.
What's
But my
that?
mate, it's a posh shop. It's a posh shop. My missus
Fuck.
loves it because she goes to London weekly, so she
Yeah.
goes past it when she gets the train home. She buys
Right.
biscuits. Right, she bought these 2 tubes of biscuits last
Ah,
Christmas.
biscuits.
2 tube of them, like in a gold tube. And anyway, they had like they were Christmas ginger caramelized biscuits, but like really thick chocolate cookie things with like spice fruit in them. Really nice. I'm gonna send you some this Christmas. Anyway, she bought two
He won't.
tubes.
Yeah.
I will. I will. Still waiting for that protein shake, aren't you?
Still waiting for that fucking whey protein, mate, from like
I've
2
got
years
it.
ago.
I've literally got it over there as well.
Liar.
I'm gonna bring it this Thursday. Whenever I see you on, if I see you for a coffee this week, I'll bring it. Anyway, my missus come home at Christmas time when she first started going to London for work every day.
Yeah.
Comes over these two tubes of biscuits in this lovely posh blue Fortnum and Mason bag. And I was like, oh, they look nice. And she was like, yeah, they're for Christmas. You know, one of them ones. They're for Christmas. I was like, oh, how much were they? Two tubes of biscuits. Thinking, oh, it could have been like, £8, 40 quid. 40 quid on biscuits. It's 20 quid for a tube of biscuits.
How many's in the tube, Niall?
10?
You probably
No, 12. 12 biscuits.
I think it's lying. I think it's 8.
No, it's a tube. It's a tube, and they're in two individual packets. You know, like you've got like one packet. No, six. I think there's 16 in there. 16 biscuits.
2 lots of 8. It's a
Two
fucking
lots of
long
8.
tube.
It is a long tube. Oh, I think we've still got a tube. Have we? We have still got a
look for
tube
it.
somewhere.
Go look for a tube.
I'm looking. I'm thinking where it is.
I want to see this £20 biscuits. I want to
£20
see
biscuits.
them.
Fortnum and Mason. They're all £20, but honestly, they're the fucking shit. They're fucking wicked.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we get our tea bags, we get our jam, and we get the morning coffee that I have from Fortnum.
Have you ever tried peanut butter and jam and sandwich like the Americans have?
Yeah.
They call it a jelly, don't they? Peanut butter and jelly.
Peanut butter and jam sandwich is fucking mental.
It's weird, isn't it? It's nice.
Nice. It's fucking nice.
You wouldn't think it would be. You think fucking Americans, they're weird, but no, they are. It is nice.
They know
Nice
their
sandwich.
shit.
Well, they don't know chocolate, but they know how to make a sandwich.
They don't know chocolate.
The Hershey's bar is vile. Reese's cupcakes are vile.
That reminds me. It all reminds me of like, do you know the proper cheap chocolate, like Happy Shopper chocolate?
It's like diet chocolate when they've took all the
Yeah.
good shit out, and this is what you're allowed, and this is what's left. Like vegan chocolate or something. Blech.
I like a Galaxy. Love a Galaxy.
Bueno, milk chocolate Bueno. Yeah.
Muck chocolate Ben. What are you getting them from? McDonald's? Muck chocolate
Milk,
Bueno.
milk chocolate. I said milk chocolate because you get white chocolate and it's not very nice. But if you're desperate, you would eat it if it's there.
If you're desperate, you'd eat it.
If you're desperate for chocolate fix, and that's all that's left in the Christmas sweets that you got, it is. But no.
Look at us. We're on diets. We're living our fucking worst life when it's coming to food, and we're sat discussing chocolate. We're literally torturing ourselves.
It's good. It's good because other people out there are probably on diets as well. Because everyone's told that you're fat. Everyone's told that you eat the wrong food, drink the wrong drinks.
I told myself that was the thing. I told myself, and it was a realization moment for me. And it was after our conversation that I was like, I'm always trying to hide it. I was always trying to like ignore it. Oh, it's not that bad. And for me, when it come to putting clothes on that I wanted to wear, I'd be like, fuck me, that's a bit too tight. And I'd be so upset because I'd be like, oh, I wanted to wear that, and now it doesn't fit properly. So stuff like that for me.
Yeah.
But within days, I'm noticing that my jeans are looser, my t-shirts are baggier. I'm not as bloated because I'm not drinking fizzy drinks at all. So all those little things, I switched to Ribena. Like, if I really want something that tastes different than water or coffee, but it's like maximum one a day.
So I have lemon squash, 0 carbs from Tesco. Got to be Tesco one, not Robinson's or that barley shit. Just Tesco one.
Not that barley shit.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Me and the wife are drinking at the moment our little tipple, as it were. Is lime and soda at home.
I used to drink that
Fucking
for years, for like at least 8 years. Whenever I went out to a pub, and I was like out ghost hunting, that I was always lime and soda.
Let's speak about the ghost hunting actually. On that note,
yeah, ghost hunting.
Ghost hunting, or let's. I mean, I think we should probably. I've seen it, so I'm not going to say that I haven't seen it, but we've not spoke about it, so. I think it's probably time that we speak about it. I didn't want to speak about it with you. I'm being honest with you. I'll be truthfully told it was something that I seen the post, and I was a bit like,
Seen
was it?
many posts this week
I mean, yeah, I've
over the
seen
last
those.
week.
Fuck me, I've seen those posts. But I'm talking the official post. Was that you?
By someone who doesn't speak for me. Yes, no, it wasn't me.
Right.
It was
Okay.
somebody else
Mhm.
who was in the UK Hornet team as well.
Okay.
So yeah,
What?
it's been interesting. Obviously, I don't do Dads Ghost Hunts anymore, which everyone's known if you follow the podcast and me online since Halloween, when it was come to a decision that I wasn't putting enough effort in. You know, there was big plans for it coming on to this year. So the end of 2022 and the start of 2023. And it was deemed by everybody in the team that I wasn't pulling my weight. I wasn't committed enough. Now, as you know, last year I had lots of personal issues that were playing a major factor in my life. But I was always there for filming, and I didn't see anything wrong with that. There was lots of weekends where the team would get together, go out for meals and go drinking and that. Well, I don't drink, so for me going into town till early hours in the morning wouldn't benefit me at all, and I wouldn't really be happy. So I thought I won't go to them because there's no point. But I'll be there when it's important, when the filming's going on. I'll be there for like setting up stuff for the day. And yeah. But yeah, I was told that I wasn't important, and fuck off basically, which I never spoke about online.
This is the first time that I've ever
Yeah.
seen you say anything. I know
No, I've
we've
not
not
really
actually we've not touched on
comment.
it at all, really. We've spoke a couple of bits, like because I've always asked
No,
you what are you up to, what's going on with
yeah.
your world, as it were. But I
Yeah,
mean, shit.
so obviously they carried on filming without me, blah blah blah, which they can do, I suppose. And then a friend of the podcast, Mr. Nick Stepani, was kicked off next, as it were, in March time. I think it was February, March time. Just after they filmed another episode, which hasn't been released, so I don't know what went on there, but that has not been out for like 4 months now, 3-4 months. So something must have happened. Nick did speak about it online. He was very upset, I think, and recently he has been even more upset because there was a post put up concerning UK Haunted and the fact that me and Nick and the other person were all going our separate ways, and the other person was going to take control of the account, like the social media accounts, because obviously they're quite high in numbers, have a lot of following, etc. over like
Yeah, I was going to say
12 years.
Meaning that it will continue just without you. You say is
Just
that?
without, I was an original founder with somebody else, and it's like, well, who are you to say that I'm no longer in it? You know,
So nothing's.
I
Yeah,
have a fucking tattoo, so you know.
there's nothing been discussed though.
No, I've
Like
not been.
nothing.
I've not been spoken to since Nick went mad online. Nick's his own person, does what he wants, says what he wants. That's up to him. But the two people that have stuck by me from the beginning and went public with support for me, even against Nick, because at the time Nick was sort of still involved with them, and I'm sure he won't mind me saying that he basically ignored me as well
I
up
think you've got to.
until
Yeah, you've got to say
March.
it how it is though, and how it felt. Because
I've
this is you.
I've heard
It's not-
nothing. I've heard nothing from them, like the Dads Ghost Hunt team and the original other founder of UK Haunted, since Halloween, since I left that night on the live that we did. Now I have spoken to Nick since a couple of months ago. We've had a chat. He's explained things, his actions, etc., and we're sort of good. So me and Nick are good again. But the two people that supported me throughout was Mark and Rich from West London Paranormal. They went public, attacking basically the rest of UK Haunted, the Daz's Ghost Hunts team, with how they treated me. And, you know, fair play to them. Big shout out to Mark and Rich, West London Paranormal, for all the support they've shown me publicly and behind the scenes. Very down to earth, humble guys, and they're awesome.
Were you
So, yeah.
were you ever spoken to? Obviously, like you said, you feel that you were more or less pushed out because of your lack of enthusiasm or lack of commitment.
I got a couple
Were
of
you ever spoken to?
WhatsApp messages explaining this, basically. And when I said that, obviously a lot of personal things going on in my life, but I'm still good for the ghost hunts, it was deemed, oh no, it's more than that. We all think that you're not committed, you're not going to put enough effort in. And it's like, what effort do you want? You know, and maybe we should meet up. So it's like, sorry, but, you know, I've been doing this with most of you for fucking years, and I'm not going to be summoned to a meeting where it's going to discuss if I'm good enough or I have the right commitment to stay in this project. You know, so I didn't reply. I didn't message back, and then they just carried on about me anyway. So, you know, it is what it is.
What do you think changed? I mean, put your effort aside for 1 second. Like, surely somewhere along the line, something has changed the dynamics of the original UK Haunted.
I don't know. I think people see.
You've always done really well. So
I think people see fame over maybe friendship sometimes. They see an opportunity and they try and take it. So, which is similar to what Nick has said as well publicly since the last couple of months. So, yeah. But
and I think that, like, I think you've got to make this clear. This is not you. This is obviously not you having your fucking 5 minutes of bitching. This is more of you.
oh no, because I would say a lot more if it was. I'm just giving you the PG facts, and
which is fine. I mean,
I wouldn't have even said anything if the post hasn't come out last week saying that I'd agreed basically to leave, and that's not the case. But I will. No, I've not been spoken to. But I will say this: since I was kicked out of Daz's Ghost Hunts last year, I have been working with some amazing people in the field. I've had so many messages from teams, from people, come along to Ghost Hunts, come and join us, come on our show. And it's lovely, it's brilliant. And fair play to everybody else. The community has been really nice to me. And yeah, really supportive. So, I mean, I never really mentioned anything publicly about this situation, and I probably wouldn't have done until something was said from the other side. And now it has, then, you know.
I mean, I think you're in your
right
right mind to address it. You know, it's a public post. Many people that listen to our podcast also follow your journey. I mean, your journey of God knows what, 9 years, longer than that. I don't know.
Oh, 15.
Fucking hell, see, 15 years. So a long time.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's more of it started out as a passion, more of a passion project. I'd say.
Well, it still is. It still is, really.
Yeah.
It's a hobby. It's a hobby. Hobby.
And but that's the thing. I suppose for you, how do you feel about the actual whole thing? Do you feel like there's anything left on the table that you just think like, well, actually, I wanted to go back to filming, or how do you feel? Do you feel like you're better off now than you've ever been? Or how do you feel?
100% better off now. I mean, I did enjoy going out with Daz and the attention you get when you're with him is understandable, and that is something that is maybe like a drug. I don't know. Wherever you go, there's hundreds of people taking photos of you, wanting to know what you're doing, and that's nice to be involved with. But end of the day, I would rather be honest with myself and true, and not have that. So, and that's what I have now. I go out with films. I'm going out this weekend. I'm going out next weekend. I've got loads planned. So, I've been up in Carlisle filming for Amazon Prime. You know, so there's loads of projects happening. I've never been so busy. I've got people queuing up, not in a big-headed way, but people that are waiting for me to arrange dates to go out ghost hunting with them.
So your passion is pretty much still there for...
I think it's been rejuvenated, to be fair. It's been reignited from this sad situation. So.
The thing is, things like this happen all the time. It's not...
Of course it do, yeah.
It doesn't have to be seen as a big sort of, you know, taboo subject that you don't need to talk about. Or at the end of the day, like teams and all that split up all the time, bands split up and all that. People go away for creative differences, as it were.
Yeah.
But I think... I don't know. I seen the post. I seen Nick's post. So like, well, there's a lot going on right there. But then I can see the anger side. But I mean, for you, I mean, I spoke to you about it for about 5 minutes. So for me, it wasn't to be nosy. Just more to get a grasp of how you are, really, more than anything. What's left on the table for you? Like, do you feel?
I'm disappointed in how it's happened and what's happened and. The fact the team were together for so long, for like 12 years.
It's a big time. It's a long time.
And it's the fact that I was going through some personal shit. And it wasn't even mentioned, are you alright? Do you want to chat about it? Maybe we can help. There was nothing. Absolutely nothing. So
the dynamics of friendship had changed more than anything. Seems
to have been. Yeah, so maybe it was how I was acting because of my personal issues. I don't know. Maybe other people didn't give a fuck. I don't know. But I'm just disappointed now. I've got no hatred. I don't feel nothing really. To be fair, I'm happier now. It's been a long time.
I think that was the thing, right?
It's like 9 months. So
nothing on your socials, say your professional socials have been posted about you'd been up to anything, or are you still together, or you're not together. No. Obviously there was no bookings for events or anything like that, so
no videos. It was
going to be for real followers that follow your previous journey. People would have seen that, you know, nothing was really active. So but then obviously, you know, life goes on, but also
things happen for a reason. So
yeah, of course they do. At the end of the day, like, life goes on. You get one life, and if you're not enjoying yourself with what you're doing, don't fucking do it. Move on. But obviously, you've committed a lot of time to that. You know, I think the YouTube videos, the views, fucking hundreds of hours of filming and editing and equipment and traveling, and you've done it all with it. You know, you've traveled, you've done everything with it. So I guess it's just kind of sad just to be at the end of an era with it, I guess, for you.
I think the worst thing that ever happened was we went on telly, to be fair, because after that it seemed to be that YouTube wasn't enough. But I love YouTube. I think it's, you know.
So I always thought it was the other way. I thought getting on telly kills things, and
yeah, it did. That's what I'm saying. The worst thing that happened was that.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, you're right. You know, people are more drawn to watching shorts on YouTube now, where people watch, you know.
I fucking hate shorts. I really do.
Not shorts, but you know what I mean, like 40-minute videos on YouTube of a ghost hunt or
that's wrong with that.
A van build or fucking some random stuff that fucking I watch all sorts of shit, but yeah, I mean, but then each to their own, right? You were going to do it or you weren't going to do it. I guess, you know, you've done a lot with it. You know, it's just obviously.
Oh yeah,
it was the end of an era.
Got us into many doors, many events, like the London Tombs. I've been to Krispy Kreme events in London. Obviously working with Really TV, recording the biggest ever viewing audience of anything on Really, which was very proud of. Got a world record over there.
Yeah.
So, a discovery. Done a lot of things. So I don't really have regrets now. It's in the past.
It's memories, right? You see what it
Yeah.
is? It's making memories.
It's
That's
just
the
a
thing, mate.
shame. It's just a shame that ended that way. If it wasn't my decision, then it should have been right. We're gonna end this. This is how we're gonna do it. If you're in agreement, and be like, oh, but the fact I've been
Do
told
you
that
know it?
I've told that I've left, which I haven't. So I'm still in UK hunting.
And anything about
So,
content that you've recorded over the years? What happens to it? Is it going to be, is it going to be stripped off YouTube, or is it? Because obviously, like I said,
I've
you
heard
said there's.
nothing apart from the public post.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
obviously, if
So
it's
in
going in a
theory,
different.
if it's still getting money, it's still royalties. I'm still in those. I'm still entitled to some money for that. So, silence.
It's golden. But yeah, I don't know. I guess it's a very
Yeah.
sad,
Yeah.
sad end of an era, I suppose.
It is. It is a sad,
It's
sad
what it is, though.
time. It is.
Life goes on. It
Things
doesn't stop.
happen. You split up from your partner. You leave your job that you love. Things happen. So you move on. So bigger and better things.
Get busy, get busy living, get busy
Living
dying,
is
and all that.
dying. Yeah, ride or die.
Yeah.
So
Well, thank you for that. Obviously, you didn't have to share that, and I'm sure many people will be shocked to hear.
well,
And
I could have said a lot more. I could have gone into detail, but
there's no need to.
I'm not.
That's just your business. It's not. You're not airing your dirty laundry
A
for
lot of people,
shits and gigs.
everyone in the business knows the truth. They know what happened, so I don't need to publicly say it and make myself look like a jealous twat, basically, and a bitter person. So don't need it.
Are you bitter at all?
I'm annoyed how it ended, yeah, because I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. But like I say, if no one wants me in it, then it is what it is.
Oh yeah. If you're not invited, don't go. You know what
Yeah,
I
you
mean?
don't. Yeah, don't be desperate. But
Like, oh yeah, you're not. I mean, you're doing your own thing. Any
yeah.
regrets? Any regrets at all?
No, I don't think you can ever regret any. You should never regret anything in life, because if you're happy as you are at the moment, at the present, then if you have regrets and you were going to change things, you might not be where you are now.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
So
100%. Yeah, you can't.
whatever bad things that's happened to me or that I've done or that's gone on in my life, I don't regret them. They have had to happen to lead me to where I am now. Like marriages, jobs, things like that.
Life it doesn't
It's
stop. That's the thing. It doesn't stop.
no, it keeps
And
going.
and no matter what trials and tribulations you're going to face on a day-to-day basis, is that you have a choice to carry on or to sit there and wallow in that that
And
hollow
the
pit of
pity,
self. But because
yeah,
that's the thing, right? That when you sit there and do nothing, time doesn't stop. Everything carries on moving forward, but yet your mindset stays still. And
yeah,
I understand that so much lately as I get older, is the fact that actually, you know what? Realize the simple things in life are the biggest blessings. You
mm.
know,
Coffee in the garden,
ah, coffee in the
nice,
garden, man, fresh air, walks, your
exactly.
family, little chats, just little meaningful little conversations. A
Mm.
video of that, a video that you see on that day can literally upbring your mood. Little things that
Yeah,
make the bigger picture happier. That's all that matters to me now. And I think for you, right, I'm sorry that it's ended such a shit way for you. Obviously, I'm sorry we had to actually speak about it. I think it was going to get spoken about. Maybe not on this platform. This
well,
is
I've
not
had
really.
I've had people on at me for a while now to do some sort of video or speak about it online.
I don't think there's
And
anything else to say after this, though. There's nothing else. I mean, you're welcome to go onto
no,
100 different platforms, and you've got
no.
loads of platforms you could talk about the same thing on. But I feel like you've said it, and you haven't said anything untoward. I feel like you said your opinion, and
Hmm.
that's it, really. Move on. It's done. And
Yeah,
that's it, I suppose.
yeah,
But life goes on, man. You know, fucking keep smiling, man. It's
And on that positive note, this is where we'll end this week's episode, people. Thank you so much. For new listeners that possibly seeing the title of this podcast this week, will be joining us for the first time, maybe. But if you're not, then thank you for your continued support. And if you are, hello, welcome. Me and Niall talk so much shit, it's shocking. Shocking
got a lot
shit.
of episodes to prove that shit.
Yeah.
Deuces, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Deuces.
Yeah. Peace out, motherfucker.
The Dads, Lads and Kebabs podcast is available to listen and download on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Podbean and all other podcast platforms.